There are moments when a person pauses, sensing a quiet tug beneath their thoughts. A subtle pull that feels less like a decision and more like a drift. Something moves beneath awareness, shaping reactions, steering impulses, guiding choices before consciousness ever arrives. It feels natural, effortless, instinctive. Yet so much of what directs a life comes from invisible patterns operating behind the mind's curtain. These are the illusions no magician performs, the quiet spells cast by memory, belief, and emotion. The mind becomes both stage and spectator, unaware of the choreography guiding its every step. This story enters that silent theater not to expose or judge, but to illuminate, to show how the mind's subtle magic shapes a person's path long before they see the direction they are walking. It begins with a sensation so gentle, it's almost missed. A brief hesitation before speaking. A strange pull toward one option over another, a familiar echo in a moment that feels new. Most people move through these glimpses without questioning them, assuming instinct or preference guides their steps. But beneath the surface, something older stirs. A pattern formed long ago. A soft imprint left by countless past moments that silently influence the present one. The first flicker often arrives during conflict or choice, manifesting as an unexplained tension in the chest or an unspoken urge to retreat. Some call it intuition, but intuition is only the visible ripple of a deeper process. The mind remembers emotions long after it forgets stories. A tone of voice, a facial expression, a shift in atmosphere can awaken decisions hidden from conscious view. The human brain is a master of prediction, constantly scanning for what feels safe, familiar, or less painful. And so it nudges, redirects, whispers. People rarely notice this quiet guidance because it feels like themselves. Yet the truth is more nuanced. They're responding to old echoes, invisible illusions, sculpted by memory and survival. This chapter is the doorway into that realization. The subtle awareness that choices may not be as spontaneous as they appear. The origins of these illusions reach back into the earliest chapters of a person's life, long before conscious memory forms. A child absorbs the emotional climate of their environment through experience rather than language. Every reaction from a caregiver, every moment of comfort or disapproval, carves pathways the brain comes to rely on. These early imprints teach the rules of belonging. How to avoid conflict, how to earn affection, how to stay invisible, or how to be good enough. These teachings don't fade with time. They sink into the unconscious, shaping how a person interprets the world. They create templates, patterns of expectation that determine what feels normal, what feels threatening, and what feels like home. Even beliefs formed later, through friendships, heartbreaks, failures, or small unnoticed moments, add layers to this internal map. The mind learns to anticipate danger, predict rejection, and read emotional cues with remarkable speed. But in doing so, it creates illusions that feel like truth. A raised eyebrow becomes a sign of disappointment. A quiet room becomes a place of judgment. A hesitation from another becomes a confirmation of inadequacy. These interpretations are not chosen, they are inherited. The roots beneath the curtain reveal a profound truth. A person is often guided by emotions and beliefs formed long before they gained the words to describe them. To understand these illusions, one must look at the brain's design. The mind uses shortcuts, heuristics, to function efficiently. It cannot analyze every detail, so it relies on patterns it has learned to recognize. These shortcuts create the feeling of certainty long before reason catches up. Confirmation bias makes the mind seek information that matches old beliefs. Emotional conditioning ties present reactions to past experiences. Memory biases distort events to fit the internal narrative the brain already trusts. Even the body participates. The nervous system reacts in milliseconds, shaping thoughts after the reaction has already begun. This choreography is not a flaw, it is survival. The brain protects by predicting, simplifying, and filtering reality into shapes that feel manageable. But in doing so, it sometimes creates illusions that feel like facts. Someone's silence becomes rejection. A delay becomes danger. A neutral expression becomes hostility. The brain prefers a familiar illusion over an unfamiliar truth. And so life becomes a dance between what is happening and what the mind believes is happening. Two realities, woven together almost seamlessly. Understanding this hidden choreography reveals how deeply a person's choices are influenced by processes they will never fully see. There comes a moment when the illusions begin to crack. Not loudly, but softly, like light filtering through a curtain. A person notices a repeated pattern, a familiar emotional loop, a decision that feels scripted. This recognition creates discomfort because illusions offer safety, even when they limit growth. The mind resists change, clinging to the predictable. Old beliefs rise in defense. This is just how things are. This is who you are. But beneath the resistance is a quieter truth. The illusions were never meant to trap, they were created to protect. Realization emerges slowly, without force. A person starts seeing their reactions not as flaws, but as echoes. Their fears not as realities, but as memories. Their choices not as inevitabilities, but as interpretations. Healing begins here, not through correction, but through understanding. The illusions lose power, not when they are conquered, but when they are recognized for what they are, patterns doing their best with what they once knew. Integration is gentle. Awareness softens the edges. And in that softness, a new kind of freedom unfolds, not loud or dramatic, but quietly liberating. The freedom of seeing clearly the magic that once controlled the strings.